Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters. Welcome back to another Just Doing My Makeup. Today I wanted to actually use some stuff that I got out of an advent calendar. So some of you will know that I have a bit of a thing for advent calendars. I like to buy beauty advent calendars at the end of the year, open them up throughout December. It's good fun. And I always get requests to do more videos with the products that I get in advent calendars, and I kind of find it difficult because like I buy, you know, beauty advent calendars. A lot of them just contain like an array of skincare samples, hair care samples, and then a few makeup items, so it's kind of hard to come up with an idea of like how to sort of feature that all in a different type of video other than an unboxing. But last year I opened, it sounds strange saying last year, it makes it sound like it was so long ago. It wasn't, it was December. I was gifted a YesStyle advent calendar from YesStyle, and we unboxed one over on Beauty News, and then I opened up my one just on my Instagram account throughout December along with my other advent calendars. And this was the first time where I actually looked at an advent calendar and I was like, I can do something with this, because there was almost a full face of makeup in the advent calendar, along with, of course, other beauty products like skincare products. So I'm pretty much going to do a full face of my YesStyle advent calendar. I have put on a base because there was no base product in there, and I was missing like a brow product, an eyeliner and lashes. So they're the only things that I'm going to stray away from when it comes to putting on a full face, but I am going to start with eyes. Now, there were two eyeshadow palettes in the advent calendar. There was the Holika Holika Milky Shadow Palette. This is in the shade 01 Strawberry Caramel, and this is a pretty cute little palette actually. I'm keen to have a play with this. So it's just a little quad. You've got two mattes and then two shimmery shades. This one looks like a really pretty sort of almost duochrome. It's a metallic sort of peachy nudish pink with a gold and pink glitter. And the other palette that was in there was the Etude House Play Color Eyes palette. This is the wine themed, what's it called, Wine Party. So there, whoa, I'm dropping these little things. Let's get them out. Let's do this properly. So there it is. It's red, nude, wine themed gorgeousness. So I'm gonna use both of these palettes today. I've been wanting to do like a sort of dark purple berry toned smoky eye for quite a while, and this is sort of like an opportunity to do it. So I'm going to use probably just, I don't know, 2 shades from each palette. I would go ahead and just use one from each palette, but I feel like it's not enough. Throughout this video, I'm going to use quartz beauty brushes because I want to play with them more. I'm going to start with the Holika Holika Milky palette, and I think, actually, you know what? I think I'll go with this lighter matte up here. I'm just going to pop it in my crease. Alright, this is quite a light color. I'm not sure if you'll even be able to see the color on camera. I can see the difference in person. I think you might be able to pick up on it. It's a very, very light color though. I will say most of these products I believe are going to be from Korean brands. Holika Holika is Korean and Etude House is also Korean. I will like double check as I go through them. But one thing I know about Korean and Japanese eyeshadows is that they are often quite soft in their pigmentation. It's just, I don't know, it's, you know, the makeup that they wear over there. Eyeshadows are generally quite soft, and I don't mind that. I actually really like that for like everyday use. Over the years, I love a really pigmented eyeshadow, really deep, really rich in pigment, not necessarily deep in color, but the pigment. I want the pigment to be really intense and rich, but I'm kind of straying away from that just a little bit, more in my everyday sort of makeup wear life. Digging into the Etude House palette, I'm going to go in with this shade, just with an eyeshadow packing brush. Considering what I know about Korean eyeshadows, like I know that they're not super pigmented, I'm pretty happy with the color of that. Do have a little bit of fallout, which isn't, you know, not a problem, but I feel like for some people it is, so there you go. Same palette, I'm gonna go in with the shade next to it, which is sort of like a slightly, it looks like a satin sort of wine shade. Just gonna pick it, whoa, okay. Pick it up on an eyeshadow brush. I'm not sure how this is gonna stick on its own, but I wanna see what natural grip it has. Okay, well you guys aren't gonna be able to see that. It does have some natural grip. Let me try and show you on the back of my hand. So it does have a little bit of its own like natural grip, not a lot though. I'm gonna wet my brush. This is the It's Skin Power 10 Moisture Spritz. Oh yeah, okay. That goes on a lot more intense when it's wet, which is great. Cleaning up this base a little bit, because I'm going to leave the eyes there for now. I've got a cream cheek product and I'd really like to use it, but I am concerned that it's not going to be the type of cream cheek product that can go over a set base. So I'm going to go in with that before I set my base. So this is from a brand named Apu, I think it's pronounced. It is a heart on the cheek cream blusher. It's in the shape of a heart. Wind it up, there is cream blush in there. I've never used this product. I'm not familiar with it. I'm going to give it a swatch to see what it's like. Not too bad. It looks kind of purplish, but it's coming off kind of Barbie pink, so I'm just going to use a little bit. I really don't feel like these Barbie pink shades suit my coloring pretty much ever. Oh shit. And even less so at the moment because I have tan. Let's see how this looks. Actually, gosh. It actually looks quite nice. I've brought it down way too far here. Try and get that hair out. I like the color, but like I said, I don't feel like it suits my coloring at the moment, because of like my very yellow undertones and almost, oh my god, hair. So because of my undertones, they're very yellow some of the olive undertones are really coming out this summer as well. I feel like when you go on with like sheer pinks like that are quite cool, they do make the coloring look a little bit funny. But in terms of how that blended on the skin and how it's not super pigmented, so it is easy to sort of make it melt into the skin. It feels nice. It doesn't feel thick or heavy, which you know, often cream products can do that. I like it. I actually really like that, and I'm gonna hold on to it. I will say usually I don't keep like the cream blush or cream bronzing products because I don't really use them much. I just prefer a powder. I find it so much easier and quicker. But I'm gonna hold on to that one, and I'm gonna see how I feel about it in winter before I, like, you know, jump to conclusions about not ever using it again. The formula is nice and I do like the color. I just don't think it's right for me at the moment. Oh my god. Okay, I have to set my face because things are sticking to me. It's really hot in Melbourne at the moment. Like, we are in the dead of summer and it is dead. Like, today we're nearly at 40 degrees Celsius. It's painful. It's painful, and I feel like everything wants to like stick to me and it's gross. So I'm gonna set my face. This is the Innisfree No-Sebum Blur Powder. I'm actually really keen to try this. So, oh, with Jeju natural mineral and natural originated mint. Mint! Oh my god, could you imagine if it smelled like mint? So inside you get a little puff. I'm not going to use a puff. It is sealed. Color looks, look, the color looks okay, but I've been burnt by powders in packaging and judging their colors recently. So we just got to use it and see how it goes. If I can get it open. Okay, it doesn't smell like mint, but it does actually smell botanical. Moment of truth. So no issues at all with the color. You went on pretty heavy there, but that's all right. I like, so it's mine a little bit extra under the eyes to really set everything in place. I do understand what they mean by blurring. I don't think it really blurs, but it kind of softens and smooths everything, which is really nice. Not all powders manage to do that. The scent of the powder, you can smell it when you're applying it. So if you're sensitive, whoops, sorry, too much. If you're sensitive to scents, that is potentially something to be aware of. I have to like just see how it goes with like whether that scent sort of fades or not. Put way too much on my forehead and it's given me a white cast. It's a very fine powder, so a dense brush is going to hold on to a lot of it. So I don't recommend throwing your brushes, but I definitely recommend like a good shake off or tap to get off any excess if you are concerned about that. I will definitely use that powder again. It'll stay in my stash. Although I had like the issue of applying too much, I feel like that's actually a mistake I often make with powders, and you kind of don't really know that you're gonna make it until you do it, but then once it's done, you learn from your mistakes. So I like it. I think it looks nice. It doesn't feel heavy or too drying. Although I had those areas where I felt like it looked a bit dry, it doesn't feel drying, which is really nice. I'm now going to bronze. This is from a brand called Too Cool for School. They are a Korean brand, and this is the Art Class by Rodin Shading Bronzer. So this is the packaging is sick. I love this packaging. It is a tri-color bronzer. Oh my God, it might be too light for me. Don't be too light. So, oh no. All right, well, that's the color when I mix it all together. It might be too light. We'll play it by ear. Let's give it a go. Okay, I think, what do I do? I think it's too light. I'm gonna go in with a domed bronzer brush instead because I'm gonna be able to pick up more product. I don't think this is gonna help, but we'll try. Oh gosh, it's too light. It's too light for me. Bugger, bugger. This is not the product's fault. It is more the fault of me getting too much sun in Bali. I am going to bronze with something that will probably work for me. This is a Sweetie Pie bronzer from Too Faced. Fell off my bench and I broke it. Why? It fell out of the pan. It split. That is so annoying. You need to stay still. Okay, I give up on bronzing. Bronzing has been the bane of my existence recently because nothing works for me. And even that Sweetie Pie bronzer, like it's dark enough, but it's strange because at certain angles I feel like you can't really see it, but then when like the light's hitting it at different angles, I feel like it looks a little bit patchy and a little bit sort of like pink. It's weird. That's a weird product, and if it had shattered and been completely unusable, I probably wouldn't have been mad about it. Okay, I have another blush which I also want to try out because it's so cute. This is Beige Shoe Fan Fan Cheek. I believe the brand is Beige Shoe. It is a Korean brand. And let me crack into it and show you this packaging because it's so cute. It's a chicken. It's a chicken. Oh, stop being so cute. This is going to be too light for me as well. Oh my God, it almost went on like a highlight. A matte highlight. Oh, good God. Okay. Look, nothing wrong with it. My new matte pink highlight has gone on smoothly and not patchy, but it looks like a matte pink highlight. So I'm gonna go back into this because it's just what I have here, and I'm just gonna try and make that not look like a matte pink highlight all over my cheeks. Oh, good God. Look, that did not help. All I did was effectively make that area of my face look heavy with powder products. This was probably not a smart decision for a video to film at this time of year, but I couldn't very well hold on to these things until the middle of winter. So I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Okay, I have a highlighter. Hopefully this will all go to plan. This is by Karingo Cosmetics. It is a pink square jewel highlighter. This is another Korean brand. Maybe they're all Korean, possibly. Okay, so here we go. It is a dual color highlight. We have what looks to be a champagne and a pink. I'm going to swatch these, make a decision based on, these are not going to work for me. Look, let's just all laugh. That's so light. That is so light. And this is the pink, which is also so light. You know what? I'm gonna go the lightest, the white one. This doesn't look like it's picking up super well with the brush, but let's give it a go. I don't think this would stay in my stash. Not because it's a bad product, it's just I have so many highlighters. I've got so many, I could never ever possibly use them all. And in terms of comparing this one to others in my stash, this doesn't get the excitement going. So I just don't think I would hold on to it. It's not crap, it's just, it's subtle. There's not much going on there. If you do like a really subtle highlight and you need a fair one, something you could consider. I'm going to finish up these eyes before I do my brows and lips. Now, in the advent calendar, there was no eyeliner. There was a mascara, however. Today, I also want to put on a pair of lashes because I'm going to film something else after this. So I am going to line just the very top of my lash line with a Japanese product. This is or is it Korean? No, it's Japan. It's Japanese. This is the K palette One Day Tattoo Real Strong Eyeliner. This stuff is real strong. It's actually really difficult to get off. Mascara. This is from Labiot. It is the Chateau Labiot Wine Angle Mascara. Alright, so there it is. It looks like a wine bottle. This is black and it has fibers in it. So this is interesting. I have had my eye on these mascaras for a long time, so it was very exciting to find one in the advent calendar. And now I finally get to try it. I will say this angled brush kind of makes doing these inner lashes a bit easier, which is awesome. Alright, so I've got 2 layers on these lashes and 1 on this one. So far, look, I don't love it, I don't hate it. I don't think it's the most lengthening mascara that I have in my stash, but I can tell you right now, it's certainly not the worst. So I will hold on to this one. I will use it. It's just not, it's not as lengthening as I would personally like. Just put on some lashes and did my brows as well. And something I noticed with this mascara, which I hate to say this because I really like, it's so cute. I don't know if this is going to stay in my stash. And the reason is, when I put on my lashes, I use lash tweezers to sort of clamp them into the lashes so that they're super close to the lash line. And I noticed that this mascara is sticky. So the lashes will actually stick to the lash tweezers, and it pulls things around and it makes lash application just a little bit more difficult. And let's face it, lash application is not always the easiest thing. So I don't know if this will stay in my stash. I'm gonna try this again on like a minimal makeup day and just see how it goes without lashes, see if I like it, if it wears well, and if it works well for that purpose, I'll hold on to it because I love the bottle. I love it. It's so fucking cute. But I don't know if this is going to be one of those sort of ride or die. Look, it's definitely not going to be a ride or die mascara. I'm straight up with that. I don't hate it. I just don't think it's going to fit into like a filming routine for me, because my filming makeup is quite different to my everyday makeup, but it might work for every day. So I'll see how I go with that. I need to finish these eyes, so let's do it. I'm going back into the Milky Shadow Palette from Holika Holika, and I'm going to use this guy on the inner corner. I'm just using a little detail brush. Okay. That has actually adhered quite nicely on its own. I am going to apply it wet because I'm curious about that. So I've just used the It's Skin spray again. Let's see how this goes on wet. Oh yeah, a lot more punchy. That's a nice little highlight shade. I do like it on its own. It does have its own adherence. It didn't like, you know, drop all over my face, which is great. So there wasn't any fallout with that when it was used dry, and it stuck on its own. Using it wet, obviously you get much more of a metallic hit. The glitter, you can see it. It's pretty. I like it. That was nice. I'm going to go in again with this shade, and I'm just going to use a little pencil brush. Just going to pop that along the lower lash line. And I am feeling confident enough to take this mascara on my lower lashes, because I felt like it doesn't go on really thick. So just a little bit of a wiggle back and forth on those lower lashes. It's covered them really nicely without clumping on there, which is great. With the size of that wand, you would think it might be a little bit difficult to get under there, but the angle of it makes it easy to use. Hasn't clumped, it hasn't gone on thick, hasn't clumped the lashes together. That's great. If this doesn't transfer, I might even, like, it might be delegated to lower lash line work. I finish up the look with lips, but I have so many products that I can't possibly use them all. So we're going to choose. One that I'm not even going to bother digging into is this guy. It's the Pony Effect Customizing Lip Palette. This is another Korean brand. The reason I'm not going to dig into this is simply because it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm gonna have to mix a shade. I don't think any of those colors are gonna, oh, sorry, little brush. I don't think any of those colors down here are gonna be quite what I'm looking for this lip. So to save time, I'm just gonna skip that. I do have 3 Concept Eyes Mood Recipe 2 matte lip color in the shade 221 Mellow Flower. I really like the look of this because the packaging represents the shade in the lipstick. It is so cool. So let's see what color we've got here. So it's sort of like a terracotta orangey red. Then I have something that's a little bit similar. This is from Peri Pera, also a Korean brand. I think is 3 Concept Eyes. Yep, 3 Concept Eyes is also Korean. It's a full face of Korean makeup except for my foundation, my brows, my concealer, and my eyeliner. There we go, and my lashes. Peri Pera's Ink Velvet in Dollish Beige Rose. Kind of similar. It's a little bit more on the sort of red spectrum, coral red. Next one is from Laneige. This is a 2-tone tint lip bar in Tomato Sherbet. So this is a push-up lipstick. If I can push it up, there we go, there we go. Not too much, I don't want to break it. So it looks like a balm tint at the bottom with a color. I'm gonna do it here because that's easy. Oh my god, it smells amazing, and that's a beautiful bright orangey red. Oh, it smells like, it kind of smells like watermelon a little bit, or like sweet berries. Delicious. And the last lip product, it's actually, look, it's fancy. So this is from Agatha, and essentially they come, or you actually buy these separately. They don't come together, but there is a holder for the lipstick, or a component, and then we have the Premier lipstick. This is in the shade 105 La Vie en Rose. So let's pull this out, put it in its compact, or its component. Oh, stop it, it's got a little dog on it. Why are you so cute? So you could totally just keep the lipstick bullet as is like this, or you can put it in the component. Bottom of the lipstick, you can pull off this guy and it slips into the smaller part. There is a little, there we go, clicks in. Take this off. No. There we go, take that off. It's a rosy shade. Let's give it a swatchy poo. Okay, it's a pinky rose. So there we go. I actually think, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to go for the 3 concept eyes. Let's try it. Let's just give it a go. Oh, that's a nice color. And then we have the finished look. That is a beautiful, rich lipstick. It has, look, I don't think it's matte. It might dry down matte, but it's got a little bit of a sheen. I would consider it a standard cream lipstick. The color is nice. The formula is quite pigmented. It went on very smooth, and it feels comfortable. It doesn't feel heavy on the lips, which is really nice. So let's have a little chit chat about products that I used. The standouts for me are the eyeshadow palettes. So I do have past experience with Korean eyeshadows, and like I said, often they are not as pigmented as what you might find with some Western brands. That is not necessarily a bad thing. You guys can clearly see here, I've got the color payoff. It has gone on really nicely, smoothly. It's not patchy. There's no issues with quality. It's simply that the pigmentation isn't as intense as what you might find with some other like Western brands. You can certainly make them more intense. You saw me do it with the raspberry eyeshadow on the eyelid. So this one here, I simply tapped it on wet, and same with this one here, the metallic. But the matte that I used out of this, it's beautiful. I will say this shade here, look, you can probably tell when I hold it up to my face that it's going to be a difficult one to see on my skin tone, but it did help with the transition of that darker plum shade, like having it sort of fade out and blend. So these are really nice. I'm holding on to them. I'm going to play with them more, and I'm happy to have them in my stash. I really like the little color stories. They're great. The powder from Innisfree, I actually I like it. I think it looks pretty good. It has, look, I've got a little bit of movement of my foundation that's going into my smile lines. That's not unusual with the combo that I'm wearing today, so I'm not concerned about that. But in terms of like setting the face and giving it a slight blurring effect, I did like it. The highlighter, I'm not going to hold on to this. It's just not going to work for me. The cream blush, I'm going to hold on to that. I want to play with it more, along with the bronzer. Okay, the bronzer is not right for my coloring at the moment, but I think that this could potentially be something that I can use in summer without, oh sorry, in winter without any issues. So I'm going to hold on to that. When winter rolls around, I'll try it out. If it's not showing up on my skin, I'll just get rid of it. The mascara, look, like I said, I talked about this at length. I need to see how it wears, but it's staying in my stash for now. Something I'm really upset about is the Beige Shoe blush. This is not gonna work for me. I'm not even sure that this would work for me in winter. I'm gonna hold on to it because it's really cute and I want to have a bit more of a play with it, but at this current time it is too light for me. It's not going to work. Then I have lip products coming out the wazoo. The one I'm currently wearing, I love the color. That is really pretty. And the others, look, you can see they're pretty much all in the same color family, except that sort of like tomato red shade, which is, that's cool. I'm gonna play with them all. They're not going anywhere, and neither is the palette. I will have a play with that at some stage. All right, I think that's everything. I had a good time playing with these products. Let me know down in the comments if you've used any of these products, if any of these are your like favorites or even fails. Not everything works for everyone. Or if you have any other like Korean makeup items that you love and adore, or Japanese, I don't mind, chuck them in there as well. This was essentially a full face of Korean products. I didn't even realize until it was happening, but there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.